Hello from Maine. I am here for a very special visit. I'm getting to see some of the places that have influenced Stephen King in the run-up to the release of the new movie that's based on his epic series, The Dark Tower. I'm here in Pet Cemetery. Well, this is actually Mount Hope Cemetery. So I'm going to start off the run from here. So let's go. So I'm with a bunch of people that a bunch of journalists have come to see the sites here. This is where Pet Cemetery was filmed. The opening scene actually starts here, and this is one of the oldest garden cemeteries in the country, Mount Hope, and they encourage people to come and enjoy it and use it as a park as well, which is why people run up and down the steps. There are fountains and little lakes and things, and according to Stu, who's giving us a tour, this is where Stephen King used to come and get a lot of names for characters from his books. He would read the headstones of the tombs and he'd come up with inspiration that way. You can see the mounds over here. This is why it's called a garden cemetery, because these graveyards are actually raised on little mounds. I love it. Everyone is taking photos, and of course I'm running. Pet Cemetery marked the first time that Stephen King made a cameo in one of his movies. He played a priest who was presiding over the funeral that was taking place behind this tombstone. It's really pretty. It's also my first time in Maine. Yay! Stephen King's rock station, WKIT. The K stands for King, IT for the IT.
The backstory is he's been dead 100.3 years, and since rock will never die, neither will Doug.
This is Dougie Graves. This is when the Dead Zone came out. It's around about the time that he bought this AM radio station, and then he bought 2 FM ones as well. This is the only thing here in Bangor that actually has the name Stephen King attached to it. Stu is telling us he's a fantastic, fantastic tour guide. This is the trailer that Stephen King and his wife stayed in at the very beginning of their marriage, and she actually fished out the manuscript for Carrie from here, which is of course a godsend, because that was the move that changed their life forever. And there we have Stephen King's house. He's been living here for most of his life. Born in Portland. This is a smaller town, about 30,000 people, and a lot of it has inspired Stephen King's books, the worlds that he creates. And so this is where he lives. The gates are open, but he's not home. Apparently his car, his Ford, is not here at the moment. He also has a Tesla. Apparently he drives this very bright red car, and you'll see it when he comes around. And this is his neighbor's house. Well, used to be his neighbor's. Him and his wife Tabitha bought the place. They keep it as their guest house, but how cool. This is his house. And you gotta love the gargoyle trimmings on the gate. Contrast this with where he and his wife first lived, in a little trailer where they could barely afford the rent. And there's a frog in the garden. And maybe Stu will tell us the significance of the frog.
He wrote a book called Do McKee, and in the story there's these little frogs that have teeth, and they come up on the beach and bite your ankles if you're not watching. The publisher sent him the frog the day it came out. That's a 50-foot swimming pool at the back of the house there. Oh wow.
50 foot?
50, yeah. Huge.
And is this where he does most of his tweeting from?
Yeah.
Mansfield Stadium. Stephen King and his wife Tabitha have built a few places for people in the community, including that swimming pool down there and the baseball field behind it. Jackson and Union Street, the fictitious town of Derry where it took place. So this is the drain that inspired him? Oh my gosh.
Yes. Grab right a hold of it. But you can't laugh. He's trying to kill you. You got to be serious.
It'd be terrible in a household. Oh my gosh, so good at me. This is the reason I had nightmares as a 6-year-old. The standpipe where Stephen King wrote quite a lot of it. And Stephen King sat on that bench and he would write. the inspiration for Derry, the setting for It. I'm gonna head on inside the bookstore. This is Gerald Winters and Son. It is dedicated to Stephen King inside here. I love the way that this town embraces a lot of what Stephen King has done for it and created. So I know it's been a bit of an untraditional kind of rundown. Make your way to Bangor, Maine, and you must take a tour by Stu. He'll tell you all about Tabby and Steve, Tabitha and Stephen King. Bye!